in the air, landed
Are
on
you
my
conscious
back.
of that? Like as you get closer and closer to the fight, and and you're like, no matter what happens, I get that fucking show money. And then do you ever start thinking to yourself like, like, man, I better be careful on this drive,
Yeah.
or like, well, let's drink
I
this
definitely try
OJ
to think of
slowly.
it.
Let's not choke on a bite of steak or something,
I definitely try to think about it a little bit more, but it's
Yeah.
just stupid stuff. Like I said, literally, I slipped on ice. It was just
So,
dumb.
why are
I
more
would just walk like
people missing weight?
because so the big thing is the fact that the process is much better now, but it's a different process. So we had a certain process that we've done for years and years, and cutting weight is not an easy process, right? So it's very, very difficult. You're just barely making the weight. You're not trying to, like, if I'm cutting the 56, which is now 56.4.
Right.
If I'm cutting the 56.4, I'm not trying to cut to 53. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to cut to 55.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
So I'm trying to get just there. So for years and years, I would start my weight cut. I would get in the sauna at like 168. I would cut down to like, say, 160 the night before. I would go to bed. I would wake up. If I was 59 or 58 or whatever it was, I would wake up at 58 and I would cut the last couple pounds in the morning. But now the whole entire process is different. So now what we did is I got in the sauna at like 66, so a little bit lighter.
Is it
and
different
I cut
because it's morning? How is the process?
So the difference is that, so we used to check in with the UFC early in the morning, like not really, but like 9 o'clock in the morning we would check in with the UFC. They would check our weight, make sure we were reasonably close, and then we would have to report back at like 1 or 2 p.m. And at that point we have to be on weight, and then we have a couple hours, and you get on the scale at like 5 o'clock, and that's like when your official weigh-in is. Now we get on the scale at like 9 a.m. and we're good. So you have to be on weight at 9 a.m. So you either have to get up early, like 5, 6 in the morning, so you can go to the sauna and cut weight, or you have to do what I do, which is I cut down to like, say, 58 and a half, 58 even, and then I float the last pound and a half in my sleep, hopefully. But I still got to get up. I had to give myself enough time. I woke up at like 5 a.m. to make sure I was on weight. If I wasn't on weight, I would have been going to the sauna.
Yeah.
But people they aren't up to
It's the
the
time
process.
of day that's the core difference.
Yep.
What do you think about what Rogan says about, like having them go around to your gym like multiple times throughout the year and finding out what guys actually weigh while they're training, and using a system that uses that?
It's just not practical because
right.
It's just doesn't work, because there's so many different guys in so many different countries. Gunnar Nelson is in Iceland, right? You can have a guy go out and check in with Gunnar once a week. Yeah, he's the one fighter. You know what I mean? Like, it's just tough, and your weight fluctuates so drastically based on little things. So like so I'm a fanatic about checking my weight, right? Because it's my business to check my weight and know what I weigh, right? So even if I don't have a fight coming up, I'm still checking my weight pretty regularly, So I know exactly, like when I eat this steak, I know how it's going to affect my weight, not only today, but tomorrow and the next day. Yeah. I eat this, I know how it's going to change me. I know it's going to, so that's what.
If you take in a lot of sodium, can you notice how much water you're hanging on to on the days afterward?
100%. Especially so I love pasta and stuff like that. And I'm not super strict in my diet. I pretty much eat what I want all the time until like maybe a week out. And at that point, the only thing I really do is like I greatly reduce my sodium. But like I eat chicken, broccoli, ziti Alfredo. There's a ton of I know my weight's going to spike a pound or two after I have Alfredo sauce.
So I wanted
to count your calories
and your macros or whatever they're called, like pretty strictly, or is it more like I know about this much chicken is this much protein?
Yeah, it's more I know my body. And honestly, like I know like I'm gonna go to Five Guys, I'm gonna get 2 cheeseburgers, I'm gonna get a goddamn milkshake, and I know that that's what my weight is gonna be, and I know I don't get worried about it.
My standard meal from Five Guys is 2,250 calories.
I'm probably pretty close.
Yeah, I bet it is. Like I get a large fry, I get the large Cajun fry, I get the double cheeseburger or the big. They just call it a burger, like the regular.
Exactly.
A single patty they call a little burger. It's but you get 2 pieces of meat, like extra cheese, extra bacon, all the condiments, and.
So I always go with 2 cheeseburgers, which are doubles. They're both doubles, so it's 4 patties, and I'll skip the fries because I like the fries. But it's not like I'm never dying for the fries. I eat them because they're there. So I just don't. If it's just me, I don't
love the fries.
They're so good, but I just don't get them. But then I'll get a cherry milkshake.
It's funny, I'm hearing this, right? Now, I talked to Katie when I was staying at your house, like, before that fight.
Yep.
And she's like, Joe goes through so much pressure. There's so much involved. It's all on his shoulders. So she asks herself, like, what's my role in this? And it's diet. And she's like, trying to prepare good meals, bring the right foods home and stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, what an exercise in futility, listening to this.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing is, like, I eat pretty healthy all the time, like, year-round. So even, like tonight I had, what did I have? Katie made, like, steak with, like, rice and vegetables, you know what I mean? And that was like, I should be cheating and eating everything I fucking want. But, like, my diet doesn't really change that much, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still having, like, good stuff. But I'll eat, like, pasta, I'll eat whatever I can. And, probably half my meals are, like, super healthy. But the other half are, like, would make, like, some people, like, have a heart attack if they saw what I was eating.
But you've got, like, a minor league level of, like, that Michael Phelps calorie burning where he would eat, like, 30,000 calories a day. Like, you're
there's a lot of propaganda in, like, that's fun to talk about.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. He eats a lot of food.
Okay.
I'm sure he eats a lot of calories. But, yeah, I work out freaking, like, if I have a fight coming up, like, probably 14 or 15 sessions a week. If I don't have a fight coming up, I'm still probably 10.
See, it's the working out that I'm missing out on. I tried the Michael Phelps diet, and it didn't work for me at all.
The max. That's what I'm going for. I think that whole Michael Phelps thing about consuming 30,000 calories is like propaganda against, like, the Russian swim team or whoever his, like, rival is at 400 butterfly or whatever his thing might be. Like, I could just see, like, fucking, like, Vladimir Shevchenko over there and, like, in the pool. He's, like, doing laps while watching Phelps interviews. Like, somebody's running by with an old tube tube. He's like, must eat more calories. Like, they're trying to cram 30,000 fucking potatoes.
I bet he dials his diet back in quite a bit, like, shortly before a competition. He does probably not long, because for the amount he's swimming, probably not that much, maybe a week or so or a few days. But I'll bet he's putting away a shit ton of food when he's not.
Yeah, I know it's a lot, but I've seen him do this thing where he, like, displays all the food that he eats, where they lay it out on a table, and you're like, really? Like, I believe you ate that once, but are you doing that every day? Because that seems like
they're making it as big as possible. They're making that as big as possible.